Howdy, 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 my beautiful Sagittarius. How are you doing, darling? My name is SimplyVelca, and today I'm going to be doing your weekly tarot horoscope reading, Sagittarius, for November 2021. So if you find some tarot cards that resonate with you in this weekly tarot reading today, or you just enjoy my vibe for today as well, be sure to give this video a like and subscribe, Sagittarius, because it does help me out a lot, and I always appreciate it when you do. And let me know which cards resonate with you, darling. Remember, Sagittarius, it does not matter what you identify as, whether it's he, she, they, them, anything inside or outside of that spectrum, darling. If this tarot reading is going to resonate with you, it's going to resonate one way or another, darling. Remember, I am just a man reading some tarot cards to you, Sagittarius. You know your situation better than I ever possibly could, so take the tarot cards that resonate and leave what doesn't, because I'm not going to be offended by it whatsoever. I believe tarot readings are just here, Sagittarius, to give you some food for thought for today, a perspective to consider, but never making choices in your life, alright? So with all that being said, darling Sagittarius, let's just jump into your weekly tarot reading. But first, darling, you already know we have to do a little bit of a vibe check, see what's going on with you guys, see where the general energy is going for you, Sagittarius. Let's take a look and see what's going on for y'all, darling. Also, remember, Sagittarius, if you want to book a private personal reading with me, my website's always simplyvelca.com. So we have the Seven of Cups stepping forward for you this week, Sagittarius. This card says at the bottom, speculation as well as opportunity. So I do feel as if this is going to be a week, Sagittarius, where the best course of action for y'all, rather, is to really it's almost like I'm being shown like the Four of Cups, and if you know what the Four of Cups represents, it's like spirit trying to present a cup to you and you're not seeing it. I see for many of you guys, Sagittarius, opportunity is presenting itself in front of you, but you're not seeing it as an opportunity. I feel like this opportunity here, this situation here, maybe you're passing up on it, Sagittarius, because you're telling yourself where it's just like, that's not going to happen for me, I'm not good enough, or what have you. I feel like it's just in a very dismissive nature where you're telling yourself that it's not actually possible for you to accomplish certain things in your life, or for you to actually live up to the standard that you need to in order for you yourself actually to be successful in this avenue, Sagittarius. So it's like this message, rather. I say same, I don't, because I feel as if I said this to you before in a weekly tarot reading, Sagittarius, where it's like, don't ignore this. There is something in your life that you should be leaning deeper into. There's something that you should be considering more of in your life, Sagittarius, because I just see a lot of happiness. I associate a lot of abundance with this opportunity that is trying to present itself to you, darling. All right, so take that as you will, Sagittarius. Let's continue on with your tarot cards. We have here the Three of Air, the Three of Swords stepping forward to you, Sagittarius. This card says, great sadness, Sagittarius. Take time to heal and the need to forgive yourself or other people, darling. And I actually feel like that's the case for you, Sagittarius. It's almost as if like some of y'all are just being extremely critical of y'all selves at this current point in time, and you're just, it's almost like this sense of frustration that I feel for y'all, where you're telling yourself, being like, man, why did I mess up in this way? It's like you have this extremely high standard for yourself, Sagittarius, and because you didn't meet your standard in some type of way, or maybe someone is making you feel that way, Sagittarius, you're just being extremely hard and extremely critical on yourself. I feel like you need to forgive yourself, because I feel like it's so directly associated with your Seven of Cups, with the opportunity that's going to be presenting itself to you. You're not considering it because of whatever happened in the past, whether it's from your own personal perception or what other people told you about yourself, on like telling you what your limitations are, as if you don't know your own limitations, Sagittarius. You then have Archangel Michael stepping forward to you, the World card, number 3 in numerology. So if you're open to working with Archangel, Sagittarius, Archangel Michael is the one reaching out to you, as well as write down the number 3, Sagittarius, to look up at a later point, because 3 is the number reaching out to you as well. See how the relevance has for you in your life. This card, darling, says, Sagittarius, a job well done, joy, contentment, and gratitude in the path towards enlightenment, Sagittarius. So you know, I do feel as if with this opportunity presenting itself to you, I don't know, Sagittarius, I feel so strongly in that there's something that you could really commit to that could really alter your life or change your life and change like where it is that your life's trajectory would be going, darling. It feels very strongly in that, like, you know, for example, you already know, Sagittarius, I like to use the YouTube as an analogy. Maybe y'all wanted to do like a YouTube channel or just replace YouTube with whatever your thing is. And you tell yourself, being like, man, it would be really cool to have this channel. It'd be really cool to start my own storefront in my town. It'd be really cool to start writing a book. But then you get into that Three of Swords energy, Three of Air energy, darling, and you're just like, ah, well, I flopped the last time I tried this, or you know, someone from my past told me that I was never going to be successful or what have you. It's like you're referencing something that caused disappointment or pain to you to justify why it is you aren't leaning into this Seven of Cups situation now, Sagittarius. And it's just like, darling, please don't limit yourself from this opportunity, darling. With the World card, it's like truly like you have this opportunity to really changing your life and to really altering like where and what it is that you're doing, where it is that you're going, and what it is that you're doing. You have the Six of Earth, Six of Pentacles stepping forward to you as well, Sagittarius. This card says, darling, gifts of money, time, or effort, new career opportunities, and receiving a loan or paying off debts, darling. So with this energy here, it's like, Sagittarius, like I feel like with whatever this opportunity is, like it would really bring you out of like, I don't know, everyone's obviously all Sagittariuses are not in a financial struggle, right? You're lucky if you aren't, right? Or maybe that's, I don't want to just say lucky, but maybe you're just like really hard worker, right? But I digress from that. You know, it feels as if like whatever this new opportunity is would be relieving a lot of your stress that's weighing on your shoulders. Ooh, I'm just pulling hard on my Miss Janice the frog, honey. Weighing a lot on your shoulders, Sagittarius. It does feel as if for many of you guys, like this opportunity could be the key to fixing it all, could be the key to changing up everything that is currently weighing down on you. You know, maybe like right now you have some health concerns or something, you know, a certain surgery or something that you wanted to do, whether it's cosmetic or what have you, that would, you know, for example, relieve a lot of anxiety, right? But it's, you know, I don't know, I just feel so strongly in that there's something trying to line up for you, Sagittarius, to help you out, to relieve some of that stress, to relieve some of that pressure. And for whatever the reason is, you're being a little bit resistant towards it, darling. All right. So definitely do consider things that are presenting yourself in your life right now. Don't just be so quick to dismiss. You have the Temperance card stepping forward to you as well, Sagittarius, on that Three of Air. There is just this message of just being kinder to yourself. And also, Sagittarius, when you do dabble into something, just because you're not getting the immediate results that you would like with it, doesn't necessarily mean that it's not meant for you. All right? Does that make sense? Let's continue on. We have the Six of Wands coming in, my favorite tarot card outside of the Major Arcana. This is the card of fame and fortune, darling. And then we have here the High Priestess card stepping in as well. So this is really more so internally, where it's like you have like these ideas, Sagittarius, of being like that you want to do something. You know, you have this idea of being like, oh, if I did this, if I took a chance on this, if I started this business, it's just like this idea that you have in your head, being like, you almost feel called to it, almost, where you're just like, you know, like if you did this, and if should things work out in the way that you're hoping them to work out, then that's when. That's when things would just be lining up so perfectly for you. It's like you have this idea, Sagittarius, that, how do we say it? It's like you have like this idea where I don't want to present this where it's just like the one thing that fixes it all in your life, but I do feel like it would fix a lot in your life. I would really strongly suggest, Sagittarius, to write down, like, have a vision board and see how you could actually create it for your life. You know, for example, I always use YouTube as the example, where it's like a lot of people always will tell me, being like, Velca, like, I want to start a YouTube channel, but I don't know where to start. I don't know what to do, what it would be about, and all that. And I always tell people, it's just like, well, when I started my YouTube channel, I didn't know what what to do. You know, you learn as you go. And it's like the older that we get, the more that we are obsessed with having to know everything and be perfect at something before we even started it. And you have to, the only thing that really separates me from those of you that would like that YouTube channel is the only difference is that I just started it. I didn't start YouTube knowing everything that I know now. And I'm still learning. We're all still learning, Sagittarius. And so it's just like, you could be extremely successful at this should you actually be patient with this and give it your all and give it the time of day. I'm not going to sell some fairy tale to you, Sagittarius, where it's like going to just be instant success and all that, because one, that's just not realistic, and two, the cards aren't reflecting in that in such a way. But, you know, the Six of Wands does bring forth that message of victory, success. As I said before, it's the fame and fortune card, bringing forth a lot of success towards you. But the thing is, you just have to do it, right? Do it and also be patient with it. When you plant an avocado seed, Sagittarius, you don't plant that avocado seed expecting to get avocados the next week, right? And when you plant that avocado seed, you realize that it's going to take many years. I think it's like, what, 20 years, 25 years before an avocado seed turns into a tree and actually bears fruit, right? So view it in that way. Well, I'm not saying it's going to be 20 years, darling, before it actually is successful, and please don't think that. It's one of those things where it's just like, you know, it's something extremely promising. If you start your YouTube channel today and you started posting this time next year, you would be extremely successful at it, right? You would be the one that would be taking, like, really just getting a lot of abundance from that YouTube channel, right? So view it in that way, all right, darling? I see a lot of success with this, but like, you just have to do it and be also patient with it. I feel as if for some of you Sagittarius, you're just a little bit impatient for things to work out. It may be just because you feel like the pressure is on you, being like, it's like, this needs to work out in this time frame, so it relieves and like helps you afford certain medical bills or what have you, whatever your narrative, whatever your storyline is, Sagittarius. The oracle card that's stepped forward to you is the full moon in Capricorn. The ending of a tough cycle is approaching, and I feel like this is what is approaching. It's like this Seven of Cups, this opportunity, Sagittarius. It's this idea that you have in your head to release, to get you out of that tough cycle, darling. So please, just like, I don't know what, like, obviously it's going to be different for all of you Sagittariuses, but like, if it's something that you can just start doing today, do it today. If you can't just immediately do it today, make the plans to start, like, get the ball going, Sagittarius. You just sitting there thinking about being like, oh man, if this worked out, if I did this and it actually worked out, this would help me so much, this would relieve so much in my life, honey. You know, like, that's not getting any progression in. You're never going to actually, you know, you think about these scenarios if it worked out, but you would never actually get to that if you don't treat that if as something that could actually happen to you, right? It's almost as if some of y'all are treating this if as like this impossible daydream that is only a dream and not something that you could actually have for your reality. It's like you're not accepting the fact that you could also be successful and getting yourself out of whatever struggle or whatever your situation is. All right, Leo, or why did I call you Leo? All right, Sagittarius. So taking these cards in, putting these cards to Miss Aretha Franklin, giving these cards to Miss Barbara Walters, darling, and then Sagittarius, now let's get into your spirit guide and ancestral tarot messages. You guys have the Magician card coming in here. I felt called to doing this deck here for a single card. Normally I don't do that for this portion now. I've been doing it differently, rather, for the other fire signs at least. But this card says you are ready. I'm so glad I pulled it, because this card says, Sagittarius, you are ready, darling. You have the resources and the ability to manifest them. Life is magical. So it really just focuses in on just exactly what I was saying beforehand, Sagittarius. You are the magician. The magician creates the reality that they want for themselves. You are ready to create that reality for yourself. You have the resources to do it. You have the ability to do it. You have the support system of your spirit guides, of your ancestors, of the otherworldly beings, the archangels, whatever it is you believe in, whatever it is you subscribe to, Sagittarius. You are able to do this, darling. Take action. All right, so let's get into some more tarot cards, getting into the actual what I normally would use for tarot cards. And also Archangel Raziel is reaching out to you this week as well, just like with Archangel Michael. So take that as you will. You have here the dog spirit coming in here. Also number 1 in numerology. So I say also because the magician is associated with the number 1. And so I know I told you to write down the number 3, Sagittarius, but also write down the number 1. Again, I don't normally do this for usually just one number, but I don't, coincidences. There's no such thing as a coincidence, honey. Be loyal to what you love, right? And I feel like the case of what it is that you need to be loyal to is the idea of the thing that you want to be doing, Sagittarius. That is the thing that you love. You love the idea of being like, oh, if I actually were to start a YouTube channel, if I were to actually put down the time to write this book or what have you, that's the thing that you love, that you would love to be doing. You need to be more loyal to it. You need to be willing to give it the energy that it deserves, because you do clearly care about this. You do clearly love this. So it's just like, why not sink deeper into this, Sagittarius? All right. So now let's get into some tarot cards. If I can grab them. 9 of Pentacles. This is the card of successful self-employment. If whatever it is that it's about for y'all's life, Sagittarius, is about being your own boss, what have you, the 9 of Pentacles is giving you that blessing. You have the World card coming in here as well, Sagittarius. So it's like, the World card is just like, you really could change your life. You really could take your life down a completely different path that would be profitable to you. 4 of Pentacles, just invest into it, Sagittarius. So really, the messages from your spirit guides, your ancestor, Sagittarius, is quite literally the same exact things that I was just telling you, honey, just in different words and just with actual tarot cards, darling. You really could be successful at this thing, and it's just consistently going from each portion, each spread that I do for you, Sagittarius, where really the biggest thing that y'all need to be doing is just to be taking action and having faith that you can actually create the life that you want. All right. So yeah, I don't feel like I need to get any more into this, Sagittarius. I'm going to give these cards up. And now, darling, let's get into, Sagittarius, your social reading. We have the Unity card, Archangel Sandalphon. Same deal if you want to reach out to Archangel Sandalphon. Page of Earth, Page of Pentacles coming in. And then you have Archangel Zadkiel, the Balance card, Justice card coming in. So for you guys, Sagittarius, I do feel as if you have the opportunity to extend your communication out to people who are already experts of that field of the thing that you want to do. For example, if you want to write a book, Spirit is essentially telling you that they could bring forth these people into your life to communicate with you, to help you get into the place, to get you in the workflow or what have you, to create that, to do the daunting task that it is of whatever it is that you're wanting to create, right? To introduce you to the right people, to help get that book into fruition, to introduce you to people that know publishers and all of that, Sagittarius. I feel like we're tapping into just new energies entirely. Whenever Archangel Sandalphon steps forward, he is the archangel that will bring people together, and just interconnect people's paths that aren't initially together, if you ask for it. So Sagittarius, definitely, if what it is that's dismaying you right now from really taking action is because you don't know what to do and you don't have anyone in your current social circle that could help you out with that, your spirit guides are essentially saying, it's like, baby, we got you covered. You just have to, but they're not going to be able to. Archangel Sandalphon's not going to be able to connect your path with this other person or person's path until you actually start walking down that path to begin with, Sagittarius. So it's just like, Spirit's really trying to dismiss any type of excuse or reasonings that you would have towards why you wouldn't reach out to this or do whatever it is that you're wanting to do, but you just have to take action, Sagittarius. So I'm going to be done sitting on my soapbox preaching to you guys. Hopefully you, Sagittarius, decide to take action. But that is the weekly tarot reading that I have for you, darling. If you found some tarot cards that were helpful to you, be sure to give this video a like and subscribe, Sagittarius. Remember, if you want to book a private personal reading with me, my website is linked down below, SimplyVelca.com, next to my social medias, TikTok and Instagram. Also just being SimplyVelca. Yeah, until next time, my beautiful Sagittarius, thank you so much for allowing me the opportunity to give this reading to you, and hopefully I can connect with you sometime in the near future. I love you so much, Sagittarius. Bye.